Donald Trump is back to being absolutely hilarious as he calls for drug tests before the Biden debate. So he's literally calling for drug tests so that Joe Biden can be drug tested to make sure that he's not on probably on any kind of uppers or anything. Yeah, let's just get into this. Actually, before we do, there's been a lot of talk about how genuine Joe Biden's decline into dementia really is. I mean, it was a very steep and precipitous fall off, but every once in a while he comes across as not as bad, which seems a little inconsistent. And so there's some people that think, there's a wide range of theories out there, and who knows, but some people think that he's faking dementia so that when he actually gets indicted on the Obamagate thing or Ukraine or anything like that, that he's, going to be able to plead incapacitated and that they won't be able to prosecute him on charges. The other is that he's sandbagging, essentially. That he's faking it so that people underestimate him, and then once he gets into the Olympics, once he gets into the debates, he just springs forward and he's a whole new Joe Biden all over again. So who knows? I think he's actually demented, but he could be taking, he could be popping Adderall or something like that before a debate to get him, unusually sharp for his condition. But let's see. So President Trump says he will call for drug tests for both former Vice President Joe Biden and himself before the first candidates debate on September 29th. In an Oval Office interview Wednesday, the president expressed suspicion at what he said was a sudden market improvement in Biden's debate performance during the Democratic primary season, and suggested that he believes the improvement was the result of drugs. He didn't say that the improvement was the result of drugs, and he didn't necessarily suggest that. He just suggested it's a possibility. The president offered no evidence to support his speculation. Again, he didn't really. It was speculation, but it wasn't like it was an accusation. Biden took part in 11 debates during the primary season. Most were against a crowded field of contestants, but the final debate on March 15th was just Biden and Bernie Sanders. The president claimed to see a big difference between the last debate and those that came before. Nobody thought he was even going to win. No, everybody thought Biden was a joke, especially when there was a crowded field. I mean, everybody knew that he was basically in there as a prop up. He was in there to prop up the establishment. And so there was always kind of a thought that he might be in there essentially to snake the nomination away from anybody else, which kind of turned out to be the case. So, let's see, it wasn't that he was Winston Churchill, because he wasn't. No, he was never Winston Churchill, and he never will be Winston Churchill. But it was a normal, boring debate. Nothing amazing happened, and we're going to call for a drug test because there's no way you can do that. So President Trump was asked, what do you think was going on? I don't know how so President Trump responded, I don't know how he could have been so incompetent in his debate performances and then all of a sudden be okay against Bernie. Trump answered, my point is, if you go back and watch some of those numerous debates, he was so bad. He wasn't even coherent. And against Bernie, he was. And we're calling for a drug test. I like how he just ends each thing as, we're calling for a drug test. And I mean, yeah, Biden is known for his incoherence. But I mean, I didn't watch the debate with Bernie Sanders, so I'm kind of just taking Trump on his word that he actually did perform better than he did for the other debates. But when you look at also how he came out at the DNC and gave his speech. Now, don't get me wrong, it was a sleepy, boring speech. But he didn't have the normal fumbles and gaffes that we've seen Joe Biden do every single time that he comes out. So it is kind of interesting to think that on the two biggest stages he was able to pull it together, but no other time literally every other time he puts his foot in his mouth and says something that is either absolutely incoherent, absolutely racist, absolutely stupid, or confrontational to people that he should be trying to win the votes of. So, saying things like, you're a lion, dog, face, pony soldier to somebody who is supposed to be potentially voting for him. And when he called somebody, hey, fat, or when he got into that whole row with the factory workers, or was it construction workers, about AR what he called AR-14s, but where he threatened to take him outside and that kind of thing. I mean, Joe Biden is a constant gaffe machine. So to see that at the 2 points where it was most important for him, when it was him squaring off with Bernie Sanders, and then when it was him front and center in front of I don't want to say the whole country, because honestly nobody really tuned into the DNC, but he was front and center and under the spotlight, and he was able to pull it together. So it does make you wonder, how is he able to do it at the right moment, but he can't any other time. So the person, I don't know who's interviewing Trump here. I find it hilarious that it just says Q, with everything that's been going on with the whole conspiracy theory thing. This is like a prize fight, or is this like a prize fight where beforehand you have a test? Trump responded, "Well, it is a prize fight," Trump answered. "It's no different from the gladiators, except we have to use our brain and our mouth and our body to stand. I want to be standing. They want to sit down." Yeah. That is funny that they want to do the debate sitting down, and that will look really weak, especially on Joe Biden's part if he's the one pushing for it. So Trump based his call entirely on his own observation and not on any factual knowledge or any actual knowledge of Biden's actions. "All I can tell you is that I'm pretty good at this stuff," he said. I watched him at the debates with all the different people. He was close to competent, he's close to incompetent, if not incompetent. And against Bernie, he was just normal. And I say, how does that happen? The first Trump-Biden debate to be held at the Case Western Reserve University in Cleveland, Ohio, is a little more than a month away. By the way, it is insane that we are just now having our first debates about what is that, a month before the elections? That is absurd. That is absolutely absurd. Trump gave no indication of when he would make his drug test request or to whom, but he appeared to know that there was little chance of such thing. Hold on. But he appeared to know that there is little chance such a thing would happen. This is kind of oddly worded, or maybe I'm just tired. I don't know. I can't read right now. "I think it's appropriate," Trump said. I don't know that they'll let me do it, but I think they should do it. "Go back and watch his performances in some of the debates," Trump continued. "He didn't know where he was. There was multiple times where he didn't even know what state he was in. I think it was New Hampshire or Vermont. He thought he was in New Hampshire, or vice versa. All of a sudden, he was not good. And all of a sudden, he was not good. He was normal, and I don't understand how." That's Trump wording things weirdly there. And all of a sudden, he was not good. He was normal. Yeah, that's weird wording. But we all know we don't elect Trump for how eloquently he speaks. That's not Trump's game. "I don't know if there is or not, but somebody said to me he must be. Hold on. I don't know if there is or not, but somebody said to me he must be on drugs. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm asking for a drug test. Both candidates. Me too. I take an aspirin daily." Trump made a similar call with Hillary Clinton in 2016 after their second debate. I don't remember that. But with Hillary, really all you need to do is ask for a breathalyzer. I think that woman is drunk 25 hours a day. In October that year, Trump said, "I think we should all take a drug test prior to the debate. We should take a drug test prior because I don't know what's going on with her." You kind of have to wonder whether that was just Trump beating up Hillary Clinton just for the fun of it at the time. I mean, Trump has gotten a bit better on not being so aggressive and abrasive towards his opponents. But back then, it was full-on Trump at that time. He was going ham on Hillary Clinton. So, but there was no drug test during those debates. Now, there have been months of wrangling about the debates, at first employing a tactic often used by candidates who are trailing in the polls. Trump sought more debates than the 3 proposed by the Commission on Presidential Debates. Maybe that is often used by people who are trailing in the polls, but I think that lacks the context of what's really going on with the Trump-Biden debates. I think it's more about we want more opportunities to show Biden for what he really is, and that is a doddering old man who is in the throes of dementia, and he is not fit to lead this country, that's for damn sure. The commission, excuse me. The commission declined. Then Trump asked that the first debate be held earlier than September 29th in light of the beginning of early voting. That's right, some people are already voting by mail right now. Some people are already voting, having not heard these two people go head to head one bit. And we've heard many people in the media push that they don't even have debates, that Biden doesn't even do any debates. And I think that is hilarious, for one. But they all know that they try to say that it's because Trump is going to lie, and there's no reason that we need to show America Trump's lies and this and that. Yeah, bullshit. You're lying right now. It's all about the fact that you don't want America to see how absolutely gone Joe Biden is. The commission again declined. Both sides have committed to participating in the 3 debates as sponsored and scheduled by the commission. That is unlikely to change. I just thought this was a funny story. And to see Trump calling for drug tests before the Biden debate, I mean, it is funny how they brought the prize fighter thing, and it does kind of feel like that sort of thing. But, Trump is a pugilist. Trump is a political pugilist. And so I think it is fun to see him throw these blows and say, call for a drug test. And I think he knows that a drug test is never going to happen, but he is going to... This is how Trump operates. He throws these little things that sound ridiculous, but they turn people on to things that might actually have some merit to them. Like, how did Biden all of a sudden be able to pull his shit together when he has just been a doddering mess this entire campaign? And it's absolutely ridiculous that he was even brought in to be the Democrat nominee. So, anyways, guys, that's the story. I don't have a whole lot of analysis for this. I just thought it was funny and wanted to bring it to your attention. So, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and hit the like button. And also, if you don't already, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Parler at Ram Thorburn. And if you're interested in submitting to the channel, because that's the only way I can make money on this right now, go ahead and check out the links to my Subscribe Star, Patreon, and PayPal in the description below. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.